All right, Shalom. We're Billy Millstone, the branch out of Des Moines. First and foremost, we like to give all praises, honor, glory to
Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash.
double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all you brothers for preaching the gospel and truth and in sincerity, always in charity. And as you can see, the title of the lesson entitled "The True Worshipers," and that comes out of the book of St. John, the 4th chapter. We can hop right into it. You want to jump to St. John 4? I think it's like verse 24 or 22, something like that.
This is the book of St. John, chapter 4. In verse 22, it says, "Ye worship ye know not what, for we worship." Salaki, it says, "Ye worship ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews."
Right now, this is Yahweh Shah speaking to this heathen woman, but us applying it in this sense that there's a lot of, I'm gonna call it what it is, false Israelite groups out here, man. You know, that's why in the book of Romans, the 9th chapter, Paul said, "All Israel is not of Israel," and the Lord is manifesting that before our eyes, man. As it is written in the book of Luke, it says that Yahweh Shah was for the rising and falling again of many in Israel, and for a sign that shall be spoken against, and many hearts shall be revealed. And this is what's happening, man. Guys are being revealed, man. They're being revealed not to be followers of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. They're being revealed not to be sincere. They're being revealed not to be true worshipers. You got it, bro.
Real quick.
Yeah.
This is Revelation 2:2. "I know thy works and thy labor and thy patience, and how thou canst not bear them which are evil, and has tried them which say they are apostles and are not, and has found them liars."
And has found them liars. And how was they tried? Jump to 1 John 4:1.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 4 and verse 1. It says, "Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are of the Most High, because many false prophets are gone out into the world."
You see that? So it says, "Believe not every spirit, but try the spirit." So these guys have been tried, man. And how do we try them? Through the spirit. The spirit is these words. According to John 6:63, it says what? "The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life." So they're being tried by the spirit. And it's been found out that these guys don't follow the spirit in truth, man. You see? Going back to this John, you got it.
Back in St. John chapter 4, verse 23, now it says, "But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth."
It says, "The hour come, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth." Now, I had already mentioned what in spirit was. Matter of fact, I'll just grab it. Can you grab what is that? Man, it was just in my mind. It's St. John 17. "Sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth."
Put it right now.
Yeah, you got it.
This St. John 17:17. "Sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth."
Right. So it says the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. Well, the word is what's truth. And it's coming to find out that these guys ain't following after what the word says, man. You know, like it says in the book of Romans, when Paul said, "Mark them that cause the vengeance, contrary to the doctrine, and avoid them." And he said what? He said, "They that are such serve not our Lord Yahweh Shah, but their own belly," man. This is the book of St. John chapter 6 and verse 63. "It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life," man. So this is how these guys are being tried. And the true worshipers, right? And when you go into that word worship, it goes into a service. Matter of fact, just to prove that, I'm gonna go to the etymon and type up the words worship. And if you got anything in the meantime, brother, you can let it ride.
Yeah. This is the book of St. John, chapter 14, and I'm gonna start at 16. It says, "And I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another comforter, that he may abide with you forever, even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it seeth him not, neither knoweth him. But ye know him, for he dwelleth with you and shall be in you." And I just wanted to get that because we're seeing clearly that, all right, the world, speaking of the world of Israel, all right, like it says in the book of Isaiah, the 45th chapter, it talks about how Israel shall not be ashamed nor confounded, a world without end. Well, we see clearly that they can't receive Yahweh Shai, obviously, man. These men can't cease from sin. All right, the scriptures talk about it in the book of 1 John as well. I hit this real quick in the book of 1 John. All right, 1 John chapter 1 and verse or 1 John chapter 2 and verse 4. it says, or verse 3, and hereby we do know that we know him if we keep his commandments. He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments is a liar, and the truth is not in him. And we can see clearly that the truth is not in these individuals, man. You got guys that are teaching, giving counsel to go commit adultery. All right, and that's just one of many things that's being spoken about now, man. But you got different various camps just butchering the scriptures, man. All right, have no fear of the Lord, or what the MOTB is, and so on and so forth, man. We're seeing clearly that these men do not have the spirit of Yahweh Shah, and they don't know of Yahweh Shah, man. But that was just it on that.
Right. Well, I think I said I was going to look it up on the answer mine, but Spirit led me to what I was talking about. This is Romans 9, and I'm going to start at verse 4. It says, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law and the service of the Most High and the promises. Now, when you go into that word service, it's the Greek word latreia, and it says service rendered, any service for administration, right? The service of the Most High, this is the point. The service and worship of the Most High according to the requirements of the Levitical law. But see, we're applying it here to the requirements of what? Of the Holy Spirit. Now, when you go into that root word, it's latreo, and it says to serve, minister to either to the gods or men, used alike of slaves and freemen. This is the point. Definition A. In the New Testament, to render religious service, homage, or worship, to perform sacred services, to offer gifts to the Most High, to worship in the observance of the rites instituted for his worship, man. So when it goes into the true worshipers, it goes into the true servants. And the true servants are going to serve the Lord in spirit and in truth, as the prophecy said they would according to Isaiah the 10th chapter. You can grab that out. Grab Isaiah 10 and start at 20, Yeah. And you got your garment. You can come sit over here. Unless you want to sit over there. It's all you.
This is Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 20, right? And it reads, and it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the holy Yahweh, Salaki Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel, in truth.
Yeah, in truth, man. You see that? So according to what's written, right? Now, I was supposed to have a clip pulled up, but man, I got to see if I could find it, But this lesson is based off a couple of things, man. It's just the vibration of the spirit that's going out here, man. You got ISUPK making a statement that they made, right? Giving that bogus ass counsel, man. Counseling men to get revenge, to commit adultery, right? And then let me see if I can find it, because there's a clip of Tazariak pretty much backing up what that man said. And within that, here it is. Now I'm gonna just jump to the point. This shows you, because it's being manifested that these guys are not serving the Lord in spirit and truth. Neither are their followers. Can you find a precept where it says that wicked doer give heed to lying lips?
When he said it on Monday, I knew exactly what he meant. I knew exactly the intent, but I also knew he was going to have to say something about it again on Thursday, because those that are not in this body would not understand what he was saying. It is a hard saying. Right. Understand that. Yeah, like when Christ said, you must eat my body and drink my blood. So anybody can go listen to the class today. He broke it down, thoroughly, and what he was speaking to. Okay, cool. Like I said, I just got I think it was the clip, on Facebook, but I think Listen, I had brothers message me right away, like next day. Hey man, somebody sent me a clip of your general saying something. I said, yeah, I heard it myself. But yeah, so he broke it down. Usually if they say something, if y'all say something, I'm with it. You know what I mean? I believe that. Yeah, you'll get about have after you understand. After you understand, you be with
it. And I hope that was heard, right? So the guy that called in, he said, man, whatever y'all say, I'm with it. It ain't even got to be an explanation for it. That's not a true worshiper, man. Get the book of Acts, the 17th chapter about the Church of Berea. See, the Bible tells us the characteristics or the traits of the true worshipers, man. You see? And these guys are showing forth for themselves not to be the true leaders, the true worshipers, neither their congregation, man. You see? And this is what the Lord is manifesting in these last days, man. It's showing forth that these guys is not of Israel. They're not of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, but you brothers can get those precepts. Yeah, start with that Proverbs.
I was gonna say, I believe it's that same clip. The cat that called in, he's like, "Oh, that sounds like a great idea."
Yeah, no, that's what he said. Yeah, if I'd have played the beginning, he said that. He said it sounds like a good idea, but is that okay? Right. You should have went to the scriptures, man. What does the Bible say about it, man? Yeah. It's clearly written in Exodus. It's written in Leviticus. It's written throughout all the Bible, man. In the book of Proverbs, it says, "He that committed adultery lacketh understanding." If I'm not mistaken, man, it's all throughout the scriptures. Is that okay? But that's showing you that these guys are not true worshipers, man. Go ahead.
This is Proverbs 17:4. A wicked doer giveth heed to false lips.
You see that? A wicked doer giveth heed to false lips. You see? And that's the purpose of these false prophets, man. As it is written, I believe that's Ezekiel, the 14th chapter. It says, if that prophet be deceived, I, the Lord, have deceived that prophet, right? And there's another one that says,
the deceiving.
No, that's in the Job. But I believe it's Jeremiah, where the Lord said that he that seeketh to the prophet, both the judgment gonna be like the same, man. So these are the purpose of the false prophets. The false prophets are here to weed out the undesirables, man. Right. Oh, no nigga like that following us. You know, is that okay to do? Nigga, what does the Bible say, man? See, us here at Great Millstone, the apostles teach us to stand on faith according to the scriptures, man. They make a statement. Well, we supposed to go back and prove it, man. You see? Because our faith is not in men. See what's going on in these other camps? These people believe in men. Look at how these people look at Bishop Nate and the rest of the leadership of IUIC, man. They see these men, they crying like that man Yahushua. You see how these people acting and how they conduct themselves in these other camps, man? Showing you that they are not the true worshipers, man. You can finish that.
Proverbs 17:4. A wicked doer giveth heed to false lips, and a liar giveth ear to a naughty tongue.
And a liar giveth ear to a naughty tongue, man. That's why in the book of Sirach, it speaks about every beast loveth his light. I believe that's the 13th chapter. It says every beast loveth his light, and every creature consorteth with kind, roughly paraphrasing. That's why you see the geese with the geese. That's why you see the ducks with the ducks, right? So you're going to have the wicked doers with the wicked doers, man. That's why Yahushua told us, it said, look, they be leaders of the blind, and if they lead the blind, they both shall fall into the ditch, roughly paraphrasing. You know? But the purpose of these lessons is what? For the newcomers to come in. It might be people in those congregations that's hearing those things that's like, hold on. I thought this was a man of the Lord, but that don't sound right. That don't feel right. You know? Because these guys are going off, and the Lord is manifesting this in these last days, so there is no excuse, man. There is no excuse. Well, I didn't know what the truth was, or I didn't know who was the... Nah, it was manifested. According to Isaiah 8:20, it says, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it's because there is no light in them, man. So these guys are saying things that's completely contrary against the scriptures. Going back to IUIC, you got a nigga that'll break down the sixth trumpet and the sixth, and that nigga, what? That represents Esau, Edom. Nigga, where the fuck you get that from, man? And then they want to keep throwing in, see, little nations and big nations. Bro, it don't even say nation, my nigga. It don't even say that, bro. And then when you hear these niggas break it down, they never explain how does that relate to buying and selling. The mark is his religious system. The image is his political system, or whatever the hell the nigga was saying. So I'm supposed to go into a store and be like, how you doing? I'm a Democrat and I'm a Christian. How much is this? Right. So is that how the fuck does that work, man? You see? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And the prophets are here to set things right, man. As it is written, it says, reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine. So we don't give a damn how you feel about it, man. Oh, that's all y'all You goddamn right. When you go back into the prophets, what were they doing, man? Look at Jeremiah, to the point where Jeremiah was reproving and rebuking so much, they was like, look, man, he for the Babylonians. He said, no, this dude a traitor. That's what they were saying to Jeremiah, man, because he was cussing Jake ass out for the wickedness that they were doing. It said that Noah was a preacher of righteousness. It said he condemned the world, man. So he was out there reproving, you see, rebuking and exhorting, man, because that's what we're commanded to do. But I'm rambling. You brothers got what y'all got.
God, I got the.
I know I wanted.
You want to Acts? I got that.
Get that Acts real quick.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 17.
Because this is how we ought to be, man. Go ahead.
Yep, this is Acts chapter 17 and verse.
This is what a true worshiper would do, man. Go ahead.
Verse 10. It says, and the brethren immediately sent away Paul and Silas by night unto Berea, who coming thither went into the synagogue of the Jews. These were more noble than those in Thessalonica, in that they received the word with all readiness of mind, and searched the scriptures daily whether those things were so.
And searched the scriptures daily whether those things were so. So they didn't have a mentality, hey, Paul, whatever you say, we rolling with it. We don't even need an explanation. No, that wasn't their mentality. It says that they searched the scriptures whether those things were so. Is your faith in a men? You'll see these guys believe in ISUPK. They don't believe in the Bible. They don't believe in the Lord. You got people that believe in IUIC. They don't believe in what's written, man. You brothers got what y'all got.
Real quick, just on that point, this is Proverbs 14 and 15. The simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going. All right, so it says the simple believeth every word, man. So we aren't to be simple-minded. Now you go into that word simple. All right, in the blue letter it says simple, foolish, open-minded, simplicity, naivety. You know,
yeah, you ain't receiving with readiness of mind. Hey, well, if the scriptures say that curses he who putteth his trust in man, you know.
And man, that's a spirit you said that, because going into that definition of Berea, when you look it up, it means well watered. Now, when you read Jeremiah the 17th chapter, it says, woe unto him that trusteth in man and maketh flesh his arm. That's exactly what we're seeing with these other groups, man. It says what? He shall be as the heath in a desert. See, these guys are dry as fuck, man. But it says, blessed is he who trusteth in the Lord, who strength is his, and he shall be as a tree by the waters, man. Roughly paraphrasing. See, we're supposed to be rooted in the truth, man. That's why that's why Yahweh Shah gave that example. What did he say? He said, he that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a man that built his house on a rock. When the floods come and the winds blow, it shall beat upon that house, but it's going to stand. Those winds, we explained it. I was going into the trials and tribulations where those winds could represent false doctrine, man. That's why in Ephesians, the 4th chapter, Paul said what? That this body, let's get that real quick. Start Ephesians 4, start at 11.
Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 11, it says, and he gave some apostles and some prophets and some evangelists and some pastors and teachers for the perfecting of the saints.
For the perfecting of the saints, man. Those true worshipers, man. Just because you an Israelite don't mean that you a saint. You ain't sanctified. You ain't separated. You ain't holy. Go ahead.
Yeah. It says, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of Hamashiach.
You see that? For the work of the ministry, that word ministry goes back into service, which goes into worship, right? For the edifying, the building of the body. Keep reading.
That we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro, and carried about with every wind of doctrine.
You see that? That we be no longer children, tossed to and fro, and carried about with every wind of doctrine, man. Go ahead.
By the sleight of men.
By the trickery, the slickness of these niggas, read.
And cunning craftiness, whereby they lie in wait to deceive.
Whereby they lie in wait to deceive, man. You see that? So the purpose of this knowledge, man, is to build us up so we can know the proper way to walk in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. So it ain't no outside force or no wickedness that's here to sway us or lead us somewhere different, man. Because we're built upon that rock. Like the elder brother Benji put Sirach 36 and 19, it says, as the palate tasted diverse kinds of venison, right? Just like how you can taste different types of meat. Nigga can eat chicken, and that's another thing.
Oh, yeah.
Now you got niggas, which that guy's been saying that.
Yeah, that's cool.
But the spirit had these things come back out. Why? Because it's being manifested that these guys ain't the true worshipers, man. Nigga, all throughout the scriptures, man, it tells us we can eat the meat, man. But you're not supposed to eat the blood. So that means what? That your food should be thoroughly cooked. These niggas is crazy, man. But once again, it's all of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua to weed out the undesirables, man. May he keep his Holy Spirit of understanding upon us. But I'm going to finish the precept. It says, as the palate tastes diverse kinds of venison, so doeth an heart of understanding false speeches, man. You see? So that's the purpose of this ministry, man. It's to stand in the faith of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. That's why the scriptures tell us to continue down the things that we have learned, being assured of, knowing of whom we have learned them, man. Because we can go back and prove those things according to the scriptures, right? We know who the true men are. It says in the book of Malachi, the 3rd chapter. Go ahead.
This is Malachi chapter 3 and verse 16. Then they that feared the Lord spake often one to another, and the Lord hearkened and heard it.
All Israel don't fear the Lord, man. So it's showing you that this book ain't written for all Israel. Just because you Israelite, nigga, the Bible it don't mean that the Bible's for you, dog. See, the Bible ain't for them niggas.
Right.
For that nigga to call in, is that okay? I don't need no explanation, whatever y'all say. See, the Bible not for him. He don't care about the Bible. He care about what that nigga gonna say, man.
See, and that's how niggas are, man. They want a justification to do their wickedness. All right. So now you got a false teacher telling you, yeah, it's okay, go do this and go do that, which is already in the nigga's heart. So now he got the green light, like, man, now he can go do it. That was already in the nigga's heart to go do that, man. They just needed a way to justify it, man.
And the Lord's so cold because, like you explained, that was already in that nigga's heart.
Right.
So that nigga was already planning on doing it anyway. But then he went to his so-called leader to get that counsel, and that nigga gave him the counsel to green light it. Well, that blood gonna be on that nigga hands, man. So the Lord is heaping more judgment upon these so-called leaders, man. A great judgment gonna come down upon these guys, man.
That's what Wisdom of Solomon 6. Yeah. It says a sharp judgment shall come upon them that sit in high places, because what they have not judged aright.
That's right.
All right, that's wicked. That's a wicked judgment, man. And then try and justify it in the scriptures.
It's wicked counsel.
Yeah, wicked counsel. Like we was talking about Ahithophel.
Right.
That nigga Ahithophel, man, gave Absalom that bogus ass counsel.
Yeah, he the one that told Absalom to pop his father's women.
That's right. All right, and what happened to Absalom? His ass got put to death ultimately. All right, that was all the will of the Lord, man. So niggas giving the same counsel today, and niggas gonna get put to death as well. But you got it.
I got one real quick. This is Ezekiel 11. I'm gonna start at 1. It says, moreover, the Spirit lifted me up and brought me unto the east gate of Yahweh's house, which looketh eastward. And behold, at the door of the gate 25 men, among whom I saw Jahazaniah, the son of Azor, and Pelatiah, the son of Benaniah, princes of the people. So these guys was leaders, man, right? These guys was rulers amongst the congregation. Verse 2, then said he unto me, son of man, these are the men that devise mischief and give wicked counsel in this city, man. So when you read the book of Ezekiel, man, the Lord was showing Ezekiel the wickedness that these so-called leaders was doing behind closed doors, man. But the crazy thing about it, these niggas not even doing it behind closed doors. Openly. These niggas are doing it open, but that's prophecy. Real quick. 2 Peter, I grab it. I see you got Apostle Ramla fingers. I got it. I don't worry about it. This is 2 Timothy chapter 3. And verse 8, it says, now as Jannes and Jambres withstood Moses, right? And these are 2 Hamites, and it's the same spirit that these guys are coming in. Hey, those niggas that tried to commit adultery with Susanna.
Oh yeah.
Was it Susanna?
Yeah.
Right? Those 2, and Daniel cussed their ass out and called them what? Oh, ye seed of Canaan and not of Judah, man.
Right.
So even though these niggas was Israelites, but what? They spirit, they mind was set in the ways of the heathen. It's the same thing that's happening with these niggas today, man.
Yeah.
It says,
Hey, that goes back. If I would have read down that revelation that says, I know the blasphemy of them that say they are Jews and are not.
but of the synagogue of Satan.
That's right. The Lord was talking about wicked ass niggas. The Lord is talking about the niggas that we talking about right now. All right. It couldn't be anybody else.
Yeah,
He has to be talking about the same generation, the same niggas doing the same things they was doing way back then.
that's right. Well, Paul wrote and spoke about those that said were teaching forbidden to marry,
Mm-hmm.
and they were
They were telling
saying
not
to
eat
abstain
meat
from
and
meats.
meats.
It's these same niggas,
They
man.
was talking about not eating meat.
Hey, the Sadducees, it said that they didn't believe in the reincarnation, they didn't believe in angels, they didn't believe in the power and all these different things. Well, that's one body. Look at these niggas. They denying Yahweh Shai's works. Moses didn't split the sea.
Right, the same.
It's witchcraft.
Yeah, but I was just gonna mention that. Yeah, the same niggas I was saying Yahweh miracles were witchcraft,
By
like
Beelzebub.
right, and that's why the scripture. That's why Yahweh was cursing them niggas out. Was saying that you are the same generation. Back then, Yahweh was cursing them out and telling them they the same generation that was killing the prophets. That was saying that in their heart, oh, we wouldn't have did that. We wouldn't have went against Moses. But the same thing, they was doing the same thing back then. They resisting the Holy Spirit now. And Stephen cursed the same niggas that Stephen was cursing out is the same cats we cursing out today, man. No, it's no new thing under the sun. It's the same exact generation, and that's why this judgment is gonna be so grievous, man. Like Yahweh said, man, the blood of that came upon the blood of Zacharias all the way to did he say all the way to
he said
Abel?
From the blood of Abel all the way to Zechariah, and that was during that time.
So adding up all that, man.
Now you gotta add John the Baptist.
Yep.
You gotta add Yahweh Shai himself.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta add Stephen that we spoke about. You gotta add James.
Yeah.
You gotta add all those different apostles and disciples, man.
That's why
Going all the way to this time. You gotta add the blood of Abba Bivens, man. You gotta add the blood of all the prophets, man.
Right.
We got a beloved brother out of Chicago, man. That wicked niggas, you know. Anyway, but go ahead. Oh, I was reading. I'm sorry. This is back in 2 Timothy 3:8. Now, as Jannes and Jambres withstood Moses, so do these also resist the truth. Men of corrupt minds reprobate concerning the faith, but they shall proceed no further, for their folly shall be made manifest unto all men, as theirs also was, man.
Yeah, that's it.
So this is the time that we're in, and showing you that we at the end, man.
Uh-huh.
Because the folly of these niggas is being manifested, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Paul said, marvel not, because even Satan himself has transformed himself into an angel of light. These niggas is Satan, man. They're not of our Lord, man. That's why going back to that Romans 16. It says that they serve their own belly. And Paul explained in another book, I want to say it's Colossians, but don't quote me on it. He said, whose God is their belly, man, who cannot cease from sin. You brothers got it, though.
And just to say real quick, and it's being showed openly so that there's no confusion when that judgment comes, man. It's going to be evident. You know, when the Lord, like the brother said, how the Lord is going to start at the house of Israel, those that are in the high seats, so on and so forth. There's not going to be no confusion as to why is this happening unto these men, right? But
I'm gonna finish that Malachi. Back in Malachi chapter 3, verse 16. Then they that feared the Lord spake often one to another, and the Lord hearkened and heard it. And a book of remembrance was written before him for them that feared the Lord, and that thought upon his name. And they shall be mine, saith the Lord of hosts, in that day when I make up my jewels, and I will spare them as a man spareth his own son that serveth him. Verse 18. Then shall ye return and discern between the righteous and the wicked, between him that serveth the Most High and him that serveth him not.
And how are we supposed to discern between that? The book, man.
That's right.
The book, because we can read the book and we can read about how the men are supposed to be teaching this word, man. How they're supposed to conduct themselves, how they're supposed to be, right? And who fits that? That's why we follow the men of Great Millstone, man. That's why we call our apostles, man. They're our elders. They're our leaders, man. Because they fit the mold, man. That's why it's a rock. It says, make not thyself an underling to a foolish man. How do you know these things? See, the Bible puts us on game, man. If your trust is in these words, then it puts us on game.
Because even that Samuel, that dude tried to bring out to justify that adultery. When you go back and read that, you see that was clearly the Lord telling the judgment that was going to come upon King David.
For him committing adultery.
All right.
And was Absalom praised after that?
Was he innocent? Like, did that make him a righteous man? Was he praised for? Yeah, come on, man. But if you and all it takes is for you to go back and read that chapter. That's all it takes. You to go back and read that precept and to be like, oh, what is this guy talking about? Trying to use that to say that we can go and commit adultery to get revenge. But a nigga is not gonna go back and search it out. He's just gonna hear, oh man, that's right, man. That's right. That man, I knew it was. I thought it was a good idea. You know, come on, man. That's madness.
And then this nigga named every good drug from every motherfucking spot, you know.
Bro.
Like, nigga, how do you know that, nigga?
But that shows you that. What? Could I read this real quick?
If you, I just want to read
Come,
this
come.
real quick. This is from the elder brother Hawad. And Shabbat
Shalom,
Shalom, man.
Shabbat
Dawada to all you brothers for tuning in. Philippians 3:19, whose end is destruction, whose God is their belly, man. You see? And whose glory is in their shame, who mind earthly things, man. That's what these guys are about, man. And we're telling you. But then you got motherfuckers on the comment board. Why you Israel? It's just a crabs in a bucket. Well, you be the fucking crab, man. You know? Let them niggas, because them niggas is holding you down.
Yeah.
They're holding you back.
Yeah.
As it is written in the book of Lamentations, it says, if I can grab that real quick.
And that reminds me, bro, that's why Yahushua said that ye of your father the devil. All right. And it reminds me of when Antiochus, man, when he was bringing all the persecution upon Jake during the Greek Empire, man. It says that he wanted to make their souls as abominable pretty much as he could in the sight of the Most High, man. And these niggas is doing the same thing, man. All right. The scriptures, here it is. The righteous prophets are saying, what? Do not this abominable thing in which the Lord hates. These niggas is telling you to go out and do those abominations, man.
Hey, just like the parable Yahushua, he said the kingdom of heaven is like unto a net that's cast in the sea, and it gathereth all kinds.
Yeah.
But you put the good into a vessel and you cast the bad away. You niggas that's following after these niggas, you the niggas that's crabs in a bucket, man.
Right. Exactly.
You know, because you niggas pulling each other down. These false prophets is holding you back. It says in the book of Jeremiah, your sins is withholding good things unto you, man.
Yeah.
This is the book of Lamentations 2:14. It says, thy prophets have seen vain and foolish things for thee, and they have not discovered thy iniquity to turn away thy captivity, but have seen for thee false burdens, meaning false visions, and causes of banishment, man. Yeah. So because you listening to the counsel of these wicked niggas, you're being banished further and further away from Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. You niggas is the fucking crabs in a bucket, man. The Lord has rejected you niggas, man. Says in the book of Leviticus, man, that this is love, man. Thou shalt not suffer sin upon thy neighbor, but thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him, man. So what we're doing here at Great Millstone is showing extreme love, man. But what's going to happen to you? Destruction is going to come upon you. Because as it is written in the book of 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter, it says what? It says that because they have not received the love of the truth, man. So therefore, calamity and great plagues is about to come on you niggas, man. And we're going to praise Yahweh Bashem Yahushua when it happens too.
All right.
You got it, man.
Yep. This is the book of Luke, chapter 2, and verse.
And I'm mad as hell. I shouldn't be because it's all prophecy, but it's the spirit the Lord got me in, man. Wicked ass niggas, man. Then you want to come speak again. Why you? So you want us to this? Let that nigga say that shit?
Hey, that's why I says though, hand joining hand. You niggas that's joined unto these cats.
Then the rest of you niggas ain't saying shit, man. Like the apostle said, man. Where's Sakari at? Where these niggas that's speaking against these things, man? Because these niggas want to be elbowed and rubbed up. You want to be guys and friends and shit, man. The reason we friends is because we serve Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. The Lord said, ye are my friends if ye do what I command you, man. In the book of Sirach, the 6th chapter, it says what? A friend is order his friendship aright. As he is, so shall his neighbor be. Roughly paraphrasing it, man. This is what makes us friends, man, that we keep each other in line. Not no fucking worldly friendship, man. You see him doing something wrong, but I ain't gonna say nothing to him. I don't want him mad at me. I don't want him looking at me. Man, fuck you niggas, man. Go ahead, Doc.
This is Luke chapter 2 and verse 35. Yea, a sword shall pierce through thy own soul also. Salaki, verse 34. And Simeon blessed them and said unto Mary his mother, behold, this child is set for the fall and rising again of many in Israel, and for a sign which shall be spoken against. Speaking of Yahushua. Yea, a sword shall pierce through thy own soul also. It says that the thoughts of many hearts may be revealed. And that's what's happening, man. All right, the thoughts of these men is being revealed. All right, the things that our elders and apostles have been saying for decades, man. All right, about these different groups and everything like that, man, it's being revealed, man. And it's perfect timing because judgment is right at the door, man. And like the brother had mentioned, all these things is being laid out in the forefront, so nobody has any excuse, man.
Like it's manifesting that they hate the Lord, man. Hey, the Lord said, if you love me, feed my sheep. If you love me, feed my lambs, man. That's big towards Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. It's being a proper example unto his sheep, leading them in a proper way, feeding them with the right doctrine, man. And you niggas just saying whatever the fuck you want to say. It shows you, man, that you niggas hate the Lord, man. And for the brothers that's amongst us, man, we supposed to be on fire for this thing, like the apostles say. We supposed to be examples. We supposed to be teachers and leaders to our people, man. Not just going through the motions. I guess I'll do this video. No. We supposed to be studying. We supposed to be praying. We supposed to be fasting. We supposed to be doing those necessary things, man, so that we can get into good graces with the Lord and that we can lead the others to good graces, man. It says, blessed are the peacemakers. So we're being built up in the spirit in order to what? To bring peace back into the rest of Israel, unto the Lord, man. Or let me correct myself. Unto the elect of Israel, man. You got guys just going through the motion, man. You don't feel no type of way. The spirit ain't got an effect in you. But see, that's why it says in Romans 9, man. It says, not as though the word has taken none effect, because they are not all Israel that's of Israel. You see? So if this word ain't got no effect in you, man, you seeing all this going on and nothing is moving you and nothing is stirring in you, that because the word ain't fucking in you, man. Go ahead, man.
God, this is Malachi chapter 2, and I'm gonna start at verse 7. It says, "For the priest's lips should keep knowledge, and they should seek the law at his mouth, for he is the messenger of the Lord of hosts." Right. So they should be seeking, our people, all right, should be getting the proper knowledge of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai at the mouth of the priest, man. All right, give them proper judgment. It says in the book of Ezekiel, all right, it talks about how they shall teach them the clean and the unclean, for them to discern between the holy and the unholy, roughly paraphrasing.
This is Ezekiel, the 44th chapter, and the 23rd verse. It says, "And they shall teach my people the difference between the holy and profane, and cause men to discern between the unclean and the clean."
That's right, man. All right. So that's what we're supposed to be doing.
That lines back up with Malachi, the 3rd chapter. Then shall you return and discern between who serveth the Lord and who's not. Why? Because the proper men are out there teaching you it,
That's
man.
Right.
These precepts are being explained unto you. They're being broken down, precept upon precept. The true sense is being given, man. As it is written in Proverbs, the 1st chapter, the Lord said, "I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you." How the Lord is doing that? Through his men. So when you hear a man say, "Hold on, what?" You watch a video, hold on, that nigga said what? You probably ain't even heard of ISUPK. You just now coming into the faith. You know what I'm saying? You come across a Great Millstone video and he said what?
Right, you should be going back.
He gave you counsel to, he said Chris Rock should sleep with Will. That ain't right. You know, probably a former Christian read it yourself. Right. Well, it says thou shalt not commit adultery. Even Yahweh Shah said it, man. He said, if you think in your mind, you ain't even did the act. If you think in your mind, and then you did it, man. What did he tell that woman that was caught in the act? Yeah. He told her, "Go thy way and sin no more." Meaning, don't do that shit again. I think it's a good idea. This nigga said, "That sounds good, but is that okay?" But see, it shows you that but is that okay? So he had the thought in his mind, like, that sound right, but is that okay? He know in his spirit that ain't right, man. Right. But that nigga probably had some nigga down the block he got into it with. You know what I'm saying? You know, man, I'm gonna fuck his girl. Right. That's how I'm gonna get back at him. That's why it says in the book of Jeremiah, man, and Jeremiah started out by saying, oh, that I had wings that I fly away, man. Ooh, let's get that. Bible shot. What is it? Is that Jeremiah 9? Is it 18?
It might be the top. I know it's the top. Yep, Jeremiah 9. Yeah, this is Jeremiah 9 and 1. "Oh, that my head were waters, and mine eyes a fountain of tears, that I might weep day and night for the slain of the daughter of my people. Oh, that I had in the wilderness a lodging place of wayfaring men, that I might leave my people and go from them.
And Jeremiah was talking literally, but see, we have that in the spirit, man. I believe it's in Isaiah. It says that a highway shall be there. A highway for the wayfaring man, those fools shall not err therein. You see, we're pilgrims here on this earth, man. We just passing through this bitch. You know, we're not here to stay. We're not invested in this place. So we do have a lodging of wayfaring men. It's in the spirit. It's in the secret place of the Lord, man. That we could be amongst like-minded men, so we can get the fuck away from these wicked ass niggas, man. That's why the truth is a safe haven, man.
Secret place.
And once again, going back to the guys that's amongst us that's not taking this thing serious, man. This is a safe haven, man. This is a comfort right here. Guys that don't appreciate this, man. Go ahead, bro.
It says, oh, that I had in the wilderness a lodging place of wayfaring men, that I might leave my people and go from them. For they be all adulterers, an assembly of treacherous men.
You see? Jeremiah was vexed, bro. He was vexed. Like, man, I gotta get away from these niggas, man. All they talk about is adultery. All these niggas.
They're sporters in the wantonness.
But here it is. You got this fat, black-ass nigga, man. You know what I would have did if he was a man underneath me?
In the spirit of Christ.
But see, that shows you, though. That is the spirit of Christ, man. That's the spirit of darkness, man. Which is why we calling ourselves Israelites. We should not be fucking following the vibration of fucking Christ, man. Showing you that the rest of these camps that call on that, man, they not right, man. They not right. You even got Sakari. When Sakari first started their thing, bro, it was Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua consistently out their mouth. Now them niggas push Christ now, man.
Yeah, it's like the Lord take it out of there. Like, nah, you ain't finna be represented.
And you see the vibration them niggas in, man.
That's the wrong vibration.
You see? So that's showing you that Christ, bro, that carries a wicked vibration with it, man.
It's a do as thou wilt. It comes with a do as thou wilt spirit. Because all these guys that's pushing that, they're doing whatever they want. Teaching whatever they want. Trying to justify it. That ain't the way to move, man. I'll finish this last verse and you got.
I just had a definition real quick.
Come
for that word treacherous, right? Because they called him treacherous, right? Treacherous.
Yeah, treacherous, man.
It says deceitful, deceiver, liar, imposter, trickster.
And I believe it's also in Jeremiah. He says, "Trust ye not." And it's the same chapter.
The same, yeah.
Come on now.
Satan, man. That's Satan, you know.
It says, and they bend their tongues. This is back in Jeremiah 9:3. It says, and they bend their tongues like their bow for lies.
And we're warning you people, man. We're warning you people. You see? Because that's the initial thought. Just like Jeremiah. When you read early on in Jeremiah, he was for all his, he just like Esdras. He was crying for the whole of Israel, man.
Then he went to Sam.
When you first come into this, bro, like that's the spirit. I'm speaking for myself. When I first came in, you an Israelite, bro.
Right.
And, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, bro, like, man.
Fire and
get to the king.
I want all my people, bro.
Right.
Man. Then after a while, you realize, bro, like, what the fuck? Like, these niggas, bro. And Yahushua said it himself in Matthew, I believe it's the 7th chapter, man. He said, give not that which is holy unto dogs and cast not thy pearls unto swine, man. That's how the Lord view these niggas. They're dogs, swine, crabs, man. These niggas are all unclean things. So every brother ain't a brother, man. Every guy, because he say shalom, because he say shalom, that don't make that nigga a friend.
Yeah, that nigga, if he ain't got the fear of the Lord in him, can't trust him, man. Straight up.
And that's another thing. That's what the scriptures tell us. These guys boast in their numbers. Right. You know, look at the biggest congregation and all that. Man, bro, we could care less about that, man. It tells us in Sirach, it says that if thy numbers increase, don't think upon them unless the fear of the Lord is in them, man. So we care less how many numbers it is, how many people, how many views watch our man, bro. We don't give a damn about none of that, man.
I couldn't even imagine, bro, wanting to be next to a nigga that would be willing to commit adultery. Like, you know what I'm saying?
How can you trust that nigga?
Like
what we have amongst this truth, bro, is it's a brotherhood. It's a network. It's a system of trust. You know, It says it in 1 Corinthians, the 13th chapter. It says, what with charity, hopeth all things, believeth all things, endureth all things, man. Men know where you stay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Men been around your children, been around your wives. In a nick, go ahead, man.
It says, verse 3, and they bend their tongues like their bow for lies, but they are not valiant for the truth upon the earth.
You see, they're not. In that, look at that word valiant. They are not valiant for the truth.
Right.
That's why these guys ain't. That's why they don't say nothing.
They ain't got nothing to say. But
that's why they don't say nothing against these other camps, man, because they're not valiant for the truth, man. See, in defense of Yahweh Basham Yahushua, man, you see something, you gonna say, "What? This nigga crazy." You gonna mark him that caused divisions contrary to the doctrine, man. Niggas don't. Go ahead, bro.
It says, for they proceed from evil to evil, and they know not me, saith the Lord.
So from evil to evil. Taking vengeance is evil. Committing adultery is evil. This nigga said do both. Commit adultery by taking, how's it go? Take vengeance by committing adultery.
Yeah, they
vengeance in the spirit of Christ.
And they just all these groups are only waxing worse and worse.
That's truly iniquity.
Right.
You know, it's sin upon sin.
Right.
And when a woman break wedlock, it tells you in Sirach, she offended 3 offenses in one act of adultery, man.
Trespass against her husband. She broke the law of the Most High. Then it says,
I think she brought in
children,
heir to another, man.
Yeah.
You know. So here it, bro. That counsel that nigga gave, bro. You know how many sins that nigga just counseled that nigga to do?
Right.
Go ahead.
It says, take ye heed every one of his neighbor, and trust ye not in any brother, for every brother will utterly supplant, and every neighbor will walk with slanders.
You see that? So that's why in Sirach the 6th chapter it says, what? Prove a friend first. The brother Benji put it on the comment board earlier. It says, praise not a man before you hear him speak. So these things are supposed to be put to the test, man. But Jake just simple as all can be, man. And the brother read that says the simple believeth every word. Well, in Proverbs the 1st chapter, it tells us that to give subtlety unto the simple, unto the young man, knowledge and discretion, man. So that's what this word, this is what the Spirit do for us, man. That's if we're applying it, though. That's if we're walking in it. That's if we're desiring it. Like it says in Sirach the 6th chapter, and the Spirit keep having me say Sirach 6. But further down toward the end, I believe it's like verse 32, verse 33, around there, it says, my son, if thou wilt, thou shalt be taught. And if thou wilt apply thy mind, thou shalt be prudent, man. Then it say, the prudent man looketh well to his going. But you got it.
It says, verse 5, it says, and they will deceive everyone his neighbor and will not speak the truth. They have taught their tongue to speak lies and weary themselves to commit iniquity. Thine habitation is in the midst of deceit. Through deceit they refuse to know me, said the Lord.
Through deceit they refuse to know the Lord. Here it is, the Lord is presenting himself. But these niggas rather trust in deceit. They're rather trust in oppression. Because you know damn well they being oppressed like a motherfucker in these other camps, man.
You can hear how they be talking to their congregation.
You know?
Right.
Here it is, you already been oppressed by Esau, Edom. Then you join a congregation that's oppressing you even more. Stupid. Hey, that says that in Proverbs. That if the poor rob the poor, it is like a sweeping rain. Roughly paraphrasing it, man. You know? I gotta grab that, man. I gotta grab that. You keep reading though.
Verse 7, it says, therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts, behold, I will melt them and try them, for how shall I do for the daughter of my people? So it's like, you think the Lord just gonna let all this slide? Like we was talking about that other precept, I think it's in Jeremiah, where it talks about will I not visit for these things, man? It's written in multiple places, man. It says, will I not visit for these things? All right. The Lord ain't finna let this slide. The Lord said, I'm gonna melt these niggas. It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts, behold, I will melt them and try them. For how shall I do for the daughter of my people? Their tongue is as an arrow shot out. It speaketh deceit. One speaketh peaceably to his neighbor with his mouth, but in heart he layeth his way. Man, and that's what's going on, man. That's what's going on in these congregations, you know. But that's it.
When I ask about it, you can get it.
Con, can you read that precept again?
They're
Said
not
valiant.
valiant for the truth.
Yep.
Con, this is Jeremiah chapter 9 and verse 3. And they bend their tongues like their bow for lies, but they are not valiant for the truth upon the earth. For they proceed from evil to evil, and they know not me, saith the Lord.
Yep. So this is the etymology for valiant. It says early 14th century. It says brave, courageous, interpret in danger, brave to be worthy, to be strong in, to be in health.
So they're not strong for the truth. You know.
And it talks about what did Paul say, man? I'm not shunned to declare unto you the whole gospel of the Most High, man.
Just popped in my head.
That word shun, you look it up, it means timid to avow what one believes, man. All right, or hesitate through timidity, meaning they're really fearful, man. All right. They won't proclaim the truth. They scared to whether it's losing congregation, losing members in their congregation, losing clout, or whatever the case may be. So they mold their message, all right, teaching smooth words to pacify their congregation, man.
Because they love the praises and worship of men.
Yeah, more than the praise of the Most High, man.
Hey, even in the Hebrew, that word valiant is the Hebrew word gavah. You know.
Man, oh yeah, boy.
To have strength, be strong, be powerful, be mighty. You know, be strong for the Lord, right? But this is Proverbs 28:3. It says, "A poor man that oppresseth the poor is like a sweeping rain which leaveth no food," right? And you already know what's going on in these other congregations, man. You know, hey, there's a report for the Pocket,
Yeah,
right? What was going on in IUIC, you know? But the Spirit, I perceive the Spirit had me think of this to go get it just for verse 4. I'm gonna read down verse 4. They that forsake the law praise the wicked, but such as keep the law contend with them, man.
That's it.
And that explains it right there, man. That explains it right there, man. They that forsake the law praise the wicked. Yeah, it sounds good. It sounds like a great idea. And nobody else ain't got nothing to say, man. You know, but we'll be the ones, starting with our apostles and elders, man. Hey, we don't give a damn what you people think. You know, we here for the defense of the gospel, man, as it is written in the book of Philippians.
Yeah.
You know, Jude even wrote it in his letter, man. He said, "I wrote unto you that you should earnestly contend for the faith which was once given to the saints," man. Roughly paraphrasing the precept. You know, so that's what we're here to do. But hey, but the Spirit took over, and you know, because I wanted to go into certain things. I wanted to go into the Revelation 13, and you know, hey, but whatever you brothers got, we're gonna start to wrap up.
Con, this is Jeremiah chapter 5 and verse 7. How shall I pardon thee for this? Thy children have forsaken me and sworn by them that are no gods. When I have fed them to the full, they then committed adultery and assembled themselves by troops in the harlots' houses. They were as
and we break that down as what these Christian churches, but these are the Hebrew Israelite camps, man.
Yeah,
they're harlots, man,
because they're serving another god.
They're strange. They're that's a strange woman. That's not our Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. You know, so therefore you join to these other camps, man. You are gathering together in a harlot house, man. IUIC is a harlot house. ISUPK is a harlot house, man. GOCC, One Body in Satan, bro, all that, man. All that.
Yeah.
You know? It says no lies of the truth, right? So these guys that you might teach 99% of the truth and got 1% wrong. Look, that's a harlot house, man.
A little living.
You know, Lord is not a part of that, man. Peter wrote and said, "What? We have a more sure word of prophecy that you do well to take heed." John wrote unto us and said, what? That we have an unction, we have an anointing from the Holy One, and we know all things, man. Which is why, starting with our apostles on down, man, we can boldly and humbly say we have 100% truth, man. Peter wrote unto us and said, what? He had wrote unto us all things that pertain unto godliness and salvation. Roughly paraphrasing, 2 Peter, the 1st chapter. Go ahead, though.
Verse 8, Jeremiah 5 and 8. They were as fed horses in the morning, everyone neighed after his neighbor's wife.
Damn.
Shall I not visit for these things, said the Lord?
And that's why great judgment is going to be here upon America, man. Not only is Esau and his wickedness, his transformers running wild, you know, he got his transhumanism, he got all kind of wickedness going on. But here it is, guys that claim to be Israelites, man. Guys that can't claim to be returning unto their heritage. Guys that claim to know the names of Yahweh or Yahweh Shai. Look at the wickedness and the madness that they're putting forth, man. It tells us in the book of Tobit, man, that lewdness is the mother of famine. That's why this judgment upon this place is going to be so great. And we pray Yahweh Hashem Yahweh shall pass over us, man. See, if we continue in the things that we have learned, we continue in this, man. Hey, we'll be good, man. We got to continue in it, in truth and in sincerity. Going back to that John the 4th chapter, the true worshipers worshiping the Father, serving Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai in spirit and in truth, man. It says that the Most High is a spirit, and they that worship Him must worship Him in spirit and in truth. Yahweh Shai explained it unto us, man. Go ahead.
It says, shall I not visit for these things, said the Lord, and shall not my soul be avenged on such a nation as this? So the judgment is coming down the pipe, man. All right. Hey, Yahweh Shai talked about this, man, in Matthew's the 24th chapter. He said, many shall come in my name, saying, I'm Mashiach. All right, meaning that they are anointed, but it says what? And they shall deceive many. A lot of guys is being deceived by this, man. By these wicked ass doctrines that's coming out. But hey, like the brother had quoted, man, hey, the deceived and the deceiver, all right, hey, they are the Lord's, man. If you get caught up in this madness, if you're still gonna follow ISUPK and all this madness, man, hey, so be it, man. That's you and you and your household getting fucked up, man.
And going back to that 2 Timothy 3, if I continue to read down, it says, but evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived, man. So what we're seeing is these guys waxing worse.
Man, it's like what
Here
else?
it is. You can argue. They already teach you to have sex on the Sabbath. Now you can have sex with his wife on the Sabbath. Dang. Ain't that a bitch? These guys gonna get worse, man.
It's like at this point, what else can a nigga say? I would have never thought that a nigga come out and defend committing adultery. Like that's come on now. But the Lord, hey, that wisdom of Solomon, the 6th chapter, I'll quote it again, man. All right, a sharp judgment shall come upon them that sit in high places, man. A sharp judgment.
Yeah, hey, the elder brother posted it, Jeremiah 11:11.
Yeah.
Therefore, thus saith Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, behold, I will bring evil upon them, which they shall not be able to escape. And though they shall cry unto me, I will not hearken unto them, man. And look, in those precepts, man, it's not just to them. If we're not moving in the proper spirit, if we're not applying and following the Lord in truth and in sincerity, in spirit and in truth, like we started with in John the 4th chapter, if we're not moving in that spirit, that applies to us too, man.
Spirits can't get seduced.
That's why it's of the utmost importance, man, that we stay grounded in this thing of ours, man. This is not just a Saturday thing or whatever day brothers get together, show up to class, and no, man. This is an everyday thing of how we're supposed to be. This is who we are. This is our being. But that's all I got, man. If you brothers got.
I'll grab this last one if Jake don't got anything else, because you said what, that they shall arise false anointed, you know, because these people say that they sent from the Lord and they really not. This is Ezekiel, and it's all the spirit because it ties back with what Jake said earlier in the lesson. Ezekiel chapter 13 and verse 7, it says, have ye not seen a vain vision, and have ye not spoken a lying divination? Or as ye say, the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai saith it, albeit I have not spoken. Therefore, thus said the Lord Yahweh power, because ye have spoken vanity and seen lies. Therefore, behold, I am against you, saith the Lord power. And Yahweh Bashem Yahushua never said that it's okay to go and commit adultery, amongst a whole plethora of other things that these other camps say, right? It says, verse 9, and mine hand shall be upon the prophets that see vanity and that divine lies. They shall not be in the assembly of my people, neither shall they be written in the writing of the house of Israel, neither shall they enter into the land of Israel, and ye shall know that I am the Lord power. All right. And Salaki, I think I jumped the point I wanted to make. This is verse 9, okay? It says, and my hand shall be upon the prophets that see vanity and that divine lies. Oh, shit, Salaki. No, Salaki, brothers. That's not what I thought it was. I was trying to grab the one that you had quoted earlier that says that they that follow the prophet shall be punished with them, because it was in that same chapter.
It's either Ezekiel 14 or it's Jeremiah 14.
Okay, I might have jumped the chapters.
Yeah, I know Ezekiel 14 and 10, but that other one is in Jeremiah.
Yep, Ezekiel 14 and 10. It says, I must have jumped chapter Salaki. It says, I'll start at, just right to the point, verse 10. It says, and they shall bear the punishment of their iniquity, Ezekiel 14 and 10. The punishment of the prophet shall be even as the punishment of him that seeketh unto him. You know, and like the brother quoted earlier, that there's no excuse for that, because like you said, you knew within the spirit that it was wrong, right? Your spirit told you, hey, something's not right. But let me ask, hey, that's a testimony within itself that hey, the law through the spirit, you knew that was off, man. You know, but kind of that was it.
So, hey, Lord will, we hope this was edifying. To water Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, for giving the spirit to do this lesson. To water to all you brothers, man, you few sisters that tune in with us through the spirit. Shabbat Shalom. We're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakwadash.
Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all you brothers preaching the gospel and truth and in sincerity, always in charity. Hey, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.